A war has just started in the combat sports scene. Alright, welcome back to another video over here on SCS Combat. I think a war just started in the combat sports scene. You don't know what I'm on about, let's get into it. As Tom Aspinall signs with Eddie Hearn. I'll get into it, I'll explain. Mightn't be the way you think it is. And yeah, talk about Tom Aspinall's future and what might come with this, but let's get into it. So, around an hour and a half ago, the news broke. Tom Aspinall had signed with Eddie Hearn and the Matchroom Talent agency. Now, in terms of what that means, it's said in an interview there, or on Tom Aspinall's YouTube channel, more like, that Eddie Hearn will be representing him, advertising him. You know, talent agents do. They advise you, commercialize you, and that's what that deal is to commercialize Tom Aspinall. But I think it kind of shook up the scene a bit because obviously, as we all know, Dana White just signed Conor Benn to a $15 million one fight deal. Then he starts talking back to Eddie Hearn and him going back and forth. He's calling Eddie Hearn a baby for the way he's talking, and look at him crying and all, and I would be happy my fighter got that much money. And if you know boxing, you know Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren, people that have been about for a while now, you know they're going to put up a fight back. They're going to be opposed to newcomers, and I think Eddie Hearn struck back pretty well today. Obviously, Tom Aspinall has been out from, I think it was October time, with his eye poke injury. No contest against Cyril Gane. Obviously, he gets poked knuckle deep in both eyes. I'll not get into that because, look, it's clear that Cyril Gane should not be rewarded with what he's possibly getting next, but we'll talk about that in another video. You know, Tom Aspinall's been out, he's been getting surgeries, trying his hardest to get in good enough condition to come back to fight. The last update we got was not good at all, and now as he looks to build his way back up, as he looks to find his way back into his MMA career, he signs with the Matchroom Talent agency. I feel like Matchroom already will have a lot of people on this, and interestingly, I did just see an Ari Helwani clip where he said he asked Eddie Hearn would there be any other fighters, MMA fighters signed to it, and he said yes, although he did not reveal any names. And all of this come after Eddie Hearn posted a story earlier on. He's in a Matchroom boxing press conference going down at 2 p.m. tomorrow, and we're gonna find out a lot of things that I think would be very fun, very entertaining, and I think a war has just started in the combat sports scene. Because what way do you think Dana White's going to take this? Of course he's going to look right back, and maybe he'll go for someone that maybe Eddie Hearn wouldn't have seen coming, because I feel like Anthony Josh was too obvious. He would say no. Katie Taylor, but I don't think she would either. Too loyal to Eddie Hearn and to Matchroom. There are so many possibilities that Dana White could do in order to get his get back here, but that is the main point to clear up, is that Eddie Hearn does not have him signed to Matchroom Boxing or to a promotional deal. Eddie Hearn is his what did I say? Eddie Hearn signed him to a commercial advisory deal, I think that's it. I think out of all the fighters, Tom Aspinall would have been the most likely. Eddie Hearn was to get someone from the UFC, and we've obviously now the back and forth that maybe Aspinall and Dana White have had a damage sort of in their relationship, with Dana White saying things after the fight like, oh well, you know, Tom Aspinall just didn't want to continue, or saying later on, or like a couple of weeks ago, that don't ask me about Tom Aspinall because if I say anything I get into trouble, you know, stuff like that. So look, this could be a good setup for Tom Aspinall if he wants to go and box after the UFC, but I think this is mind games from Eddie Hearn, smart playing from Tom Aspinall, who will obviously boost his stardom even further now. Eddie Hearn's a phenomenal promoter, gotta give credit where it's due. Stuff that he's built, fights that he's put on, fighters that he's promoted, made stars like AJ, like Katie Taylor, like Conor Benn. You know, he went through a lot there to make Conor Benn big that a lot wouldn't have done or wouldn't have been able to do. So yes, those fighters like Boots Ennis, ridiculous little fighters. So for him to look now to put that talent to work, sign Tom Aspinall to a commercial deal, I do think this could spell war in the scene. Who knows? Look, Tom Aspinall signs with Eddie Hearn in a commercial setting. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Do you think that this is a direct shot at Dana White? Do you think Dana White could fire back, maybe strip Tom Aspinall of his title? Obviously we know Alex Pereira will be moving up to heavyweight. Or do you think that Tom Aspinall is just looking to better his career and boost his stardom even further, while also having a more powerful backing behind him in situations where he may not be his favourite, if we're going to be honest here when it comes to the UFC? Let me know what you think down below in the comments. But this was an absolute bombshell on the boxing scene, on the MMA scene, on the whole scene overall. So let me know what you think down below in the comments. As you see all around the screen, like, subscribe, follow for more. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.